Hey everyone, welcome back to the SuperSeed II competition. Thank you. My name is Edward.
My name is Zen.
And I'm Shafinas.
Yeah, so today I think we're going to relaunch. It's our relaunching of stage 1 of this competition, which is public voting. So again, we have made some few tweaks, key tweaks and few changes actually to make the system more secure, and also at the same time, the most importantly, fair to all startups, right? So before we jump into the new rules and regulation and how does the voting works, let's quickly go through the key dates first to ensure to show where we are now and also what a timeline like moving forward. Shafinas?
Thanks, Zen. So yes, let's have a look at those dates. Right, so today is the 12th of August, that's stage 1 kickoff. And this will run until the 14th of August on Friday, and it will end at 11:59 p.m.
Yep, meaning you guys will have 3 days over here.
Yes, that's right. And on the 18th of August, we'll announce the winners for stage 1. So that's just next week, guys. Now, the 18th of August, 21st August will then be stage 2 of the competition. Our winners will be announced on the 25th of August. And following that, 25th to 28th of August is stage 3. On the 1st of September, we will then have our Elite 8 and our Championship highlights in that commentary session. And finally, on the 9th of September, we have stage 4, the Championship.
Alright, so we have actually revised the stages, so let's have a look at them. Stage 1 made the highest vote win. So like previously, 64 startups will actually compete against the selected contenders. But the difference is we've actually added in the judges component where we actually contribute a small portion to it to the voting pool. So stage 2, the proof is in the video. So 32 startups will actually need to upload a 3 minutes or less about the company themselves. So just put a short, sweet and concise, where actually will be reviewed by our judges, and they will decide who will proceed to the next stage. So stage 3, let's talk it over. So startups will actually be reached out by the championship committee for a very short 30 to 45 minutes call. This is a preliminary review from us, and then based on the info that we collect from you guys, then we will decide who will be our final 8, which is stage 4. So stage 4, we'll hand over the stage to you. The stage is yours. Startups will actually present a full pitch to our panel of judges. So startups with the highest amount of points would actually win this championship.
Right, okay. What about that bracket?
Yeah, moving closely. So what we have here is the SuperSeed II Championship bracket. So as you can see, things pretty much remain the same. We are still focusing onto 4 key brackets, namely the Smart City, the Circular Economy, the FinTech, and the Lifestyle bracket.
Okay, so let's have a look at the prizes now, shall we? So, as we have mentioned a couple of times in our social media as well, the winners stand to win a chance of 15 million ringgit in funding from the SuperSeed Fund 2, as well as potential grant from MDEC, cloud credits, and a CXO membership, wildcard entry to Sunway's iLab Accelerator program, and a chance to attend an exclusive entrepreneurship program from the Alibaba Business School.
I think this will be an opportunity of a lifetime. The exposure is going to be huge over there.
So to the moment we have all been waiting for our new championship voting system. So we have taken, first and foremost, we have taken into consideration various parties' comments and suggestions. And what we have decided to implement here is a 2FA system to ensure a fair voting process. So what we have here is a slide that kind of showcases the process in terms of how you're going to cast your votes. What we have here is the championship bracket in the desktop or in the computer. So as you can see here, you can just click to start off. You can click into any one of the matchup, and then there will be a pop-up box. The pop-up box will be asking you for several of your information, such as your name, your phone number, and your email address, and several others. Once you have submitted your information, you'll receive two unique verification code via SMS to your phone and to your email address. You will have to key in both both codes into the next box. Once you have keyed in and you're verified, you'll be able to cast your votes into the SuperSeed II Championship.
So do you have to actually register 32 times in order to cast each of the vote to each of the brackets, or how does it work?
No, you don't have to. You just have to register once, get verified once. Our backend system will have a record of you, and you'll be able to cast your votes multiple times into all 32 startups.
Okay.
It'll be only a one-time registration.
Okay.
And how does it look like on the phone?
So moving on to the phone's voting system, the process flow is actually very much similar to the one in the desktop. But there is this one part that I want to highlight is the matching. So the matching system on the desktop, when you click on the bracket or the pairing, the matchup will appear side by side, left and right, as opposed to the mobile phone. Once you click on the matchup, it will appear up and down. This is because of the limited amount of screen on all mobile phones actually. So you have to scroll down to see the second startup, the competitor, and we just want to highlight from our standpoint, what we have done here is we have strategically placed the Vote Me button right below each startup logo. So when you cast your vote, remember that you are looking at the right icon, because you do not want to cast your vote into the competitor. That would be very, very awkward.
Yep. So moving on to the rules and regulation. So again, like as what Edward has mentioned, when entering to our website to cast a vote, you actually must provide us with 2 unique codes which will be sent to your email and your mobile phone, which is SMS. So I think this is something that you guys will be familiar with. As for SMS, it's going to be something like the TAC, that how bank work, right? So it's going to be similar. And then what you can do is actually you can vote once for all the 32 startups, only once throughout the whole period, right? So and any vote found to be fraudulent, we will actually disqualify them. We will disqualify the vote, or we can disqualify the contenders themselves, right?
Yeah.
So all votes made shall be final. So stage 1 voting we will start later today, which will end by 14th of August, which is at 11:59 p.m. Friday.
Right.
It's going to be a Friday.
Yeah.
Yep. So any votes made outside of this time period will actually not be counted, right? So do take note on the timeline, right? It's important. And then again, we reserve the right to determine the winner of each of the bracket, right? In the case or in the event of a tie, right? So the judges' votes will be actually accumulated and will be counted as a group vote, right? As I mentioned earlier, stage 1 is no longer 100% decided by the public.
Yes.
So judges will still play a small role over here, right? So moving forward, to find out all the results from the stages from 1 to 3, do tune in with us, and also to actually stay tuned with our upcoming commentary sessions. This is where we're going to announce it via our social media.
Right.
Do check that out. Check us out.
Thanks, Sen. And the other key thing here that we have to note is the fact that the voting has changed. So 70% of the vote will come from the public, another 30% will come from the judging panel. And this is comprised of our supporting partners, actually. So we've gathered some people to judge it from an industry expert sort of side of things. And so we have MDEC, Magic, MavCat, Gobi, and iLabs as our judges for this one.
So just moving on, as my colleagues here have mentioned, the new weighting system, it will be 70-30. So we just want to highlight that 70% will still come from public voting, which means you will still have majority control on the outcome.
Yes.
But we have here in this slide, we have listed multiple scenarios in terms of what will ultimately impact the final decision when it comes to who wins and who loses. And we have listed a few scenarios here. This slide, we encourage everyone to have a look at it. This slide will be made publicly and will be available when our site goes live later today.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at some common questions that we've been getting about the competition. So firstly, when voting on my mobile phone, why can't I see the second startup?
Oh, interesting questions, Shafinas. I think this is something that we received, one of the most frequent questions that we received a couple of weeks ago. So I think again, just to recap on what Edward mentioned. So it's a bit different from the desktop version and the mobile phone version. So for desktop, we have more space to play around, hands, both of the startups will actually pop up in the same page.
Yeah.
Where you can see one on the left and on the right. As opposed to the mobile version, it will be top and bottom. So when you see the first startup on top, please scroll down after the vote me button and after the short description. You just scroll down and then you can see the second startup.
Right.
So please make sure you check carefully that you press the correct vote me button. What is going to happen is you vote for the competitors, right? Because once a vote is casted, it will be final.
Right. Okay, and the next question would be, when will the voting start and end? And when will you announce the winners?
Okay, so when it comes to when the voting will start, it will be later today. We will announce it when when the site goes live. We will let everyone know via social media and through email.
Right.
When it ends, it will be this Friday itself. So it ends, the last voting we were going to accept is going to be on 11:59 p.m.
Right.
So be reminded that any votes that happens after that will not be counted. And we just want to highlight that this vote is very important, and we want to let you know that you should get your friends, family, and even your fans and customers to really vote on time.
Yes, yeah, true. And the next question is, when is the video submission for stage 2?
Yep. So the video submission for stage 2, we have actually extended the deadline to 17th of August, which is next Monday. So for those who have actually proceeded to stage 2, you will proceed to stage 2. You actually would need to submit this video. But those who fail to meet the deadline, don't worry. You'll still likewise you'll still be in stage 2. Just that the downside of it is the judges wouldn't have additional info. They'll just purely review you
on your
or
profile,
judge you
right?
based on what we have, which is your deck that you previously submitted.
Right. And so one of the last questions we've been getting here is, I want to update my profile. Can I still do so?
Yes, of course. If you have any new updates or any interesting things you want to highlight to us, just give us an email to marcom@gobi.vc. It is spelled marcom@gobi.vc.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Edward. And thanks everyone for tuning in. We're really, really excited for stage 1 to start. We will notify you very shortly on social media and by email. Don't forget how to vote. So step 1, go to our website, fill in your details and your phone number and your email. Step 2, get the codes from your phone and your email and fill it in. And step 3, you can vote. Make sure you vote for all the pairs you want to vote for, and you can only vote once. Thanks everyone, and stay tuned for our next commentary session. Bye.
Good luck.
Good luck.